Hello, my name is Jeff Cross, and this is Trade Talk. Today, I'm pleased to welcome John Barrett, the Executive Director of ISSA. Hello, John. How are you?
Jeff, it's such a pleasure.
Glad to have you. Glad to have you. John, one of the most impactful recent initiatives of ISSA that it launched is GBAC Star Facility Accreditation, that program. Can you update us on how that's going?
I'd be happy to, Jeff. By the numbers, there are over 4,500 organizations in 80 countries that have ascribed to the GBAC Star accreditation. Some pretty interesting brands. And if you want to see some of those names, you can go to gbac.org. But I think how we feel about this is not that we're a bunch of geniuses for launching GBAC. I think it's quite the contrary. I think it speaks to the need, and I think people around the world want to feel safe. And we did not set out to create a global brand, but that's kind of what happened. And I think if you look at the evidence, we are helping people feel safer, and that should hopefully enable people to get back to work, get back to play.
Absolutely. So ISSA and GBAC have made a difference for facilities, small ones, large ones, from hotels to airports to stadiums, providing this accreditation. What about building service contractors? Are we forgetting them, John?
Well, come on, Jeff, you know better. But you have to understand this group is led by the indomitable Patty Ollinger, and Patty wanted contractors to be a part of this from the beginning. But I resisted. And the reason I resisted is I didn't think we were ready for them. But we recently launched GBAC Star for Services. So today, if you are a building service contractor, you can go to GBAC and seek accreditation. And in fact, we just had our first company, CCS out of Colorado, was the very first GBAC Star Services contractor. So I know there are already dozens of firms applying, and I think this is really going to help position those companies for competitive advantage.
Yes. In fact, we'll have them on Straight Talk pretty soon, I imagine.
Oh,
yeah. John, you like the expression moving the needle. We've heard that from you many times as people that work at ISSA. What gets your attention when it comes to moving the needle?
Well, it's not because my wife likes to sew, and she does. Look, I think moving the needle is a shorthand, Jeff, and you're part of the team. So you understand that we want to do things that matter, that we want to do things that make a difference. And as a trade association, we are limited, right? We don't have unlimited funding. I mean, I'm not a private equity firm that's going to kind of willy-nilly fund big ideas. So we have to be really smart how we invest our money. And to very directly answer your question, we're looking to invest in good ideas that are going to make a difference for our members. And good ideas tend to have a few important characteristics. Number one, they address a large need. So there's a large addressable market for the solution that we're trying to build. And number two, the risk is what we call asymmetrical, right? So very limited downside, but very significant upside. And that really defines sort of a move the needle opportunity for ISSA.
All right. My final question is, if ISSA member company were to say, John, how is ISSA moving the needle for me? Is there something you would tell them?
Jeff, that probably might take a little more time because we've segmented our members by class. So whether you're a residential cleaner, a manufacturer, a contractor, an end user, a distributor, we have very, very different programs for each of them. But I think the most important thing we do is we help make those businesses just a little more successful. And as I said, the devil's in the details. Think about programs, but ultimately, if you focus on high ROI activity, it's very hard to beat the value that we bring our members. And I think it's one of the reasons our membership has basically doubled, in the last 4 years.